Welcome to day 5 of this spiritual business vision board party and Bank 50K in 50 Day Challenge with me, Iona Meade. So welcome back if you are coming back and you're returning and you're watching on the replay. And for those of you who watch live, hopefully you'll enjoy this. So if you were on day 1 and you've watched anything at all about day 1 of this spiritual business vision board party, we were talking about Environmental Freedom Thursday. And so your environment, your home and your travel and setting those things on your vision board. And I had techie glitches, I see, on that day. Nobody could comment. So the relationship with you wasn't really flowing as much as it could do. So let me just move my lights over here. Yeah, it wasn't flowing as much as it could do. Hang on 1 second. So literally, I would say I have got a light and the lighting is a little bit off, but hopefully it'll be good. Literally, this vision board challenge years ago, I remember. And so we're going to talk about relationships, and the relationship is with me. Is there no sound? Is there no sound? Really? There's got to be sound. Can you try for your end? I think there is. Can you log it? So log out and log in. So I think you did that to me, Barbara, before. So there should be sound. There absolutely 100% should be sound, because it would tell me on the StreamYard that there's no sound. So I'm just going to check this and probably get feedback. I remember Barbara doing this to me before, and there was no. Yes. I'm just going to check this and probably get feedback. I remember Barbara doing this to me before, and there was no. Yes. The sound, it's on your end. So I'm going to continue on the teaching. So there's definitely sound. So I remember, and so I was just about to say, as doing this spiritual business vision board party, the first time I ever did it was December 2021, and I was, like when you're visualizing and when you're imagining yourself doing some training, I wasn't terrified, but I wasn't confident like I am now. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'd got in the bath and I just put on some makeup. It took me like 5 minutes. I just did some herbal tea, and I hadn't put my light. I sat down and I breathed, and I hadn't put my light there. And I was just about to say, oh wow, it's amazing, because I can get ready and go. And then Barbara comes on there and says there's no sound. But so hopefully, is that you, Barbara, that's on? There's definitely 100% sound on this vision board party. I'm so excited. So I'm not going to give you a massive recap. I'm going to dive into the vision board party. And again, there's a playlist for this vision board party here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So you can actually hear me now. Okay. So I know that you had said that to me before, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it sends a presenter into absolute panic and meltdown when somebody says that. When people start and they go, can you hear me? And then somebody goes, oh, I can't hear you. And it's like, oh my gosh. And so I've just checked it. So I don't usually check the sound. And yesterday, I don't remember, I think that you watched some of the replay from yesterday. Yesterday, I was like, nobody could comment. I was like, stop lurking. And then today, it's like, there's no sound. It's like, no, not today. So yesterday, I'll talk about it. Yesterday, and the reason for it must have been a tech glitch. Yeah, on your end. And so I don't know if you guys yesterday that you were on. Barbara, were you on yesterday? So for those of you who are watching yesterday, apologies, because I was like, don't look. That there was a techie glitch. So if there is ever anything like that, just refresh it and come back in, or go on to a different space or something, and it should be fine. YouTube is usually a really great platform where techie glitches are not happening. There was a techie glitch on from me streaming on Facebook, so I don't know whether that impacted it yesterday. But so I've got you here, and I've got your comments, right? And so I might just start checking. Anyway, let's dive in. We're a few minutes into this spiritual business vision board party, and so Barbara says I was on the replay and as I went out for the evening. Okay, so you watched yesterday's, so you know all the shenanigans that I had. So coming in and going, there's no sound. I'm like, not today. So again, I'm going to share the vision board party, and because this is actually live, sometimes you have glitches, and I teach my students to stream, right? And so in real time, I'm going to share that yesterday and today my vibration is different. And so after I got off the live stream, I went into the messenger chat, and thank you, Laurie was in there saying, we can't hear you. there's a glitch. And I was like, what? And she said, oh, bless you, for thinking that we weren't there. So one, I want to say thank you for being there and sticking out and watching that, and getting value from it, even though you couldn't comment, because I was debating whether to stream live or go out with family, like repurpose this platform. And I can do that. And I was like, no, I'm going to show up for these guys. These guys have been showing up for me all week. I really want to engage like we are now. And then I showed up, and the techie glitch was nobody could comment. And I was just like, what is this? And then I went into the chat and I was like, you never guess what? And I was like, let's slow down. Never guess what? Blah, 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 blah. So it's really beautiful for me to know, actually do that if I want to do that. I have the freedom. I don't have my business push and pull me, but I wanted to show up. So that was it. I was at, Barbara says, I was actually living some of my vision board, or doing it. Perfect. Love it. That is taking soul-guided action. All right. Let's dive into today's teaching. Let me stop being blurry and share my screen. So let me know how you found this vision board challenge. I know it's a lot, and I teach a lot, but it's more of the background of what you need to know when you need to know it. And so we're going to have about 90 minutes today. It's supposed to be 90 minutes every day, but because I'm engaging and stuff, I want to be here. So I'll leave questions and comments more towards the end, and we'll dive into this. Do comment on the replay. All right. So what you see on your screen now is it's 12/12. It's 12th of December. So 12/12 portal is open and ready to transcend are you ready to transcend to the next level? Step into your power and join us for tonight's activation. And so this group, the Conscious Light Channeling Collective, is one of our soul sisters, one of our students, and one of my masterminders. So she's actually got her group up and running. And I talk about on the one-page plan for banking 50K in 50 days. And Natalie will say that actually when she did her vision board challenge, when she did her vision board challenge, that's my daughter. When she did her vision board challenge, that she manifested her trip to Egypt recently, and I was like, oh my gosh. So my daughter is messaging me. She's got my grandson, so I'm just going to cut her off and hang on. I'm just going to cut her off and say, does she need me? And the reason why I do that, and I'll share that story in just a second. So when we're doing the Bank 50K in 50 days, and we want to build relationships with the people that we're here to serve, I'm going to dive into this. We want to start with the front of the end of our business with marketing. And normally we hate marketing, but it's really the way that I teach is creating a group, a community, a tribe, and then educating them, how I'm educating you. Oh gosh, hang on. My daughter is on the phone, and this, hang on 1 second. She says I'm fine. Right, okay. So the reason why, and I'll go back into the teaching in a second. So for those of you who don't know, my son passed. He made his transition. And at the time that he made his transition, he got knocked off his motorbike 12 days before his 20th birthday. And you may or may not know this story. And so I was on the phone. I was serving at the time, and the phone was going, and it was his girlfriend, but I didn't have her number on my phone at that time. And so I was like, oh, and so I kept on serving in this session. And then when I got off, I got this news, and she said, he'd been knocked off his motorbike. And I was like I was in a daze, and I was walking around the house, like back and forth, and I was just disorientated. And then I got the phone call to say that he'd made his transition, he'd passed. So you can imagine the kind of phone call that from a mama. And yeah, I howled. And so I say that to say that when my daughter, she's now 22, she knows, look, ring me once, and then, but if it's an emergency, ring me twice, right? So we've got a code. So I'm like, you need me? And she's like, oh, sorry, no, because I'm on the live and it's 7:30. So when I was teaching on another like live stream, I was doing my Q&A, and I was serving. And so my family values is family first. And I was serving, and she was ringing me, and I didn't answer the phone. And no, I did answer the phone. Sorry, I did answer the phone. And somebody was attacking her with a machete. Or did I answer it at first? I'm not sure if I answered it first. And then she rang him to my ex. And after that, I was like, never again. If she needs me, she needs me, like live or not, or if I'm in a mastermind, if I'm in a Q&A. She's grown, but she's got the baby and she's out tonight. So it's just like, okay, what does she need? That's relationships. This is me in my business serving. But regardless, I will just show up, and hopefully you can hear me. Regardless, you know, I will show up for my baby girl. Do you get what I mean? Like it's raw and real. She says, Barbara says, I'm behind as still only on day one, but finding it great putting the board together. So you know how I feel about words, Barbara, because you know me. And since doing, and if you've read my book yet, I talked about that when I grew the Spiritual Businesswoman Network to 1,200 members in 12 weeks. And there were so many people saying, I'm behind. And I'm like, I've built my business with the wrong model if you guys feel behind. And if you guys feel behind, I'm a shit teacher. And I said, I'd never want anybody to be outpriced. You don't need to be behind. And I know that's just words now. But the feeling of behind, we're always in divine time. And so one of the reasons why I do this is because, yes, come live, but it's on your time. This is about shifting from that poverty consciousness into that prosperity consciousness. And the prosperity consciousness, you're right, in divine time. This is you. And the fact that you've decided, actually, I'm just going to live my vision board. Fantastic. Right. And I could have gone out yesterday. And if you went to the place that I was going to go to, I'd be like, really? So that's that. Let me put my phone away. And I never have my phone on the ringer. I had it on the ringer. I'll tell you what the call that I had today is why I had it on the ringer. So let me go back and share into the teachings. Barbara said, I've listened to all of your lives though, so not feeling bad about it. Yeah. And I knew that, Barbara, forgive me, because I'm teaching as I'm sharing. I know you, so I know that's not, I knew it was just the words, but sometimes it's that, and somebody that doesn't know me, it's like me giving that teaching point again. It's like people do feel like they're left behind. That's not what you said. But people do feel like they're behind. And I have created and designed my teaching. This is up right now. It's the 12th of December, 2025. And this is going to be up all year. So it's intended with that. So thank you, Barbara, for sharing that. And exactly, you've joined me for so much of my teachings, and you've really like thrown yourself in there. So this 1-page plan with this Bank 50K in 50 days is about building relationships. Your money, our money as spiritual business owners, as light workers, comes through people. It comes through being in service. A life purpose isn't about the framework of a business or the business model or social media or marketing. It's about serving. And so the back end of my business, that's what I've been setting up, right? So what I want you to do is visualize yourself serving. All right. And so I'm going to share some of the ways that I serve. And I wanted to share the way that I teach my students to serve. So Natalie's post, which is, I knew it would be gone. No, what if I did that? Hang on, I'm going to go into, anyway, she's the Conscious Light Collective. In here, it's a private group, so I don't want to like display everything. But anyway, she's having a call tonight. So if you guys want to join that group on the 12/12, she's having a call every single 12th of the month. So if you're into that stuff, then Facebook her, ask to join. All right, so I typed in the main chat yesterday, again, and this chat will be closed down at the end of the week and we'll move into Telegram. But I wanted to show you that I actually, can you see that? I actually got flowers last night. And so I'd had whatever I'd had that evening. And last night I actually got flowers, which I think is really, really beautiful. And so I know that one of our soul sisters put flowers up on her vision board. And I was like, oh, mine's sunflowers. But to get flowers, my daughter and I got flowers last night. And I just thought, after the live stream that I'd had, that was really nice. And flowers, you can go get them yourself. But, you know, that came through a relationship as well. So Barbara says, I'm going to join Natalie next month. Amazing. Really amazing. She's doing amazing things. I saw your flowers in your post, your other post. Amazing. Thank you. It's beautiful. So you saw it on the in the Facebook chat. Isn't that lovely? Like, again, that's relationship. So this is relationship for our spiritual business, and having a badass spiritual business. And so that just really cheered me up. So it is about relationships, this whole journey. And what I want to say is that if you came to my vision board party on day one, and I'm going to make this really, really, really clear, for contribution freedom, which was on the Monday, again, our life purpose. So for me, if I want to write a book, which I've written a book, right? Spiritual YouTubers from scratch, spiritual YouTubers. So this is serving YouTubers or spiritual business owners who want to be YouTubers. So that means that's people, that's relationships. I wrote my book for my readers. And so when I think of my movement and aligning my message, my movement, my money, I can't have a movement without followers. And I talk about this on my 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. That's another challenge on my YouTube channel, which Barbara had gone through. And so if I want to start a YouTube channel, both of the YouTube channels, and I'll share more about Colin in the one, the second YouTube channel about relationships, then I have people, actual people watching, watching me. I'm speaking to people. If I want to create a community, it's people. So this is really big with thinking about the relationships, that on relationships freedom on your vision board, all of the relationships that you want to manifest. And I will say what I've manifested over this last year, putting things on my vision board, the relationships, I've got my son on there, and my brother who made his transition, my papa who made his transition, that soulmate connection, my soulmate husband, my king. I consider myself a queen, my granddaughter, and my grandson, her little brother. And we've got two new additions in the family. One, my granddaughter has got a brother, and now she's got a little sister who is 8 weeks old, and my daughter has now got a baby who's 7 weeks old. So none of that was even thought of last year. So that's really beautiful. And I was talking on last year about my vision and my relationships, and so I watched my previous vision board party video from last year, and I was talking about all of these relationships and how I'm going to get to spend more time with some of these people on this vision board, because I was going up to Leeds, and I have spent a lot more time with a lot of these people, and it didn't really go according to what I thought it would be my vision. And so I'm like, oh, interesting, really interesting happenings, really interesting learnings, and really interesting soul contracts, which I'm going to talk about. Our relationship and our growth isn't always a straight A to B line. These people have been in my life a real long time, decades and decades and decades. And last year, up close, because I'm a different version of myself, was very different. And so, yeah. So my relationship, manifesting, I've been on dating, and I'm going to create a dating app and all those things, and I'll share that more, because for me, a relationship, my relationship is one of the biggest things. Like having relationships with my soul clients, relationship with my soul family, but having a relationship, a romantic relationship. This stuff that I'm doing now, the Intentional Living Codes, was born because of my previous relationship with my twin flame. So I know partnering in union with my soulmate is going to be a big deal. And I got on a phone call today, and it was a really great phone call. So I will let you guys know on that YouTube channel what happens and what manifests it. And Yaz is not on here, but Yaz was, she's like, oh my gosh, like the dates that you've been on, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to share on that, my second YouTube channel. So it's up here in terms of my contribution. There needs to be more things online with relationships. So what I said was your life purpose, your health, or your badass spiritual business vision board, your environment, right, influenced by the relationships that you have around you, your relationships, your spirituality, your connection, that's the relationship, right, your guidance, and then your money, it comes through people, right? My online teaching portal can be an online teaching portal all it wants, and if it doesn't have students that are paying, it's just noise, it's just a website. So, and giving and tithing, that's giving and tithing to people. So I really want you to think of your relationship. It's not going to be in isolation. So if you're someone who is like, yeah, I'm just behind closed doors, it's not actually going to work very well. All right. So it is about people. Banking 50K in 50 days is people. All right. So Natalie was saying, you know, when she came back from Egypt, she's like, I want to do this. I did this last year. She did that last year. And we didn't know each other last year. And she said, doing this year with the bigger picture feels so different. And yes, she was terrified. And yes, she was excited. Yes, she was terrified. Yes, she was excited. And I go through that myself. And it's just really nice to see this time next year, Natalie, and I know you will watch this, you'll watch it on the replay because she's doing it now. And thank you, Barbara, for joining me, because Natalie is like live now doing that. And that's really, really significant. I was saying about the relationships, my relationships, that having my mastermind, opening up my mastermind the last few months since October, I think, or maybe September, is huge, because the people that I want to have around me is not everyone, right? It's not everyone. So there's offerings, but it's not for everyone. So this is something that I recommend as you do your vision board to help you keep focused. It's called Momentum. It's a Momentum app. I can't spell it, but anyway, it's called Momentum. If you want to know, then just Google it. It's called MOM, Momentum Dashboard, right? momentum-.com, Momentum. And I'll click into that in a second. And I get a quote and what my focus is for that day, blah, 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 as I work in my spiritual business. And it says slow progress is better than no progress. It has been slow progress for certain areas of my life over this last year. But other areas, I'm like, oh, wow, I'm on it. And so as I see clearly from what I've done and the relationships that I've had in this last year, over this last 12 months, and setting the intention, I can see clearly my role. I can see clearly in calling in my person. I can see clearly in my boundaries with my students, my business. I can visualize it even more clearly than I did last year. And so this is the Momentum app. All right. So this was yesterday, the Environmental Freedom Spiritual Business Vision Board for manifesting spiritual business and life work balance and living an intentional life. And so for all of you that have subscribed to the channel, all of you that have watched, that never comment, I do appreciate, but there was problems with the commenting, right? Yesterday. So I appreciate that. Let me refresh that, because I think you did comment underneath that, Barbara. And so this is really great for me, because one, I knew it was a techie glitch, but it's fine because it didn't damage like a big launch or anything like that. What it did was show me, like, one, I can go off if I want to, and two, you can watch it on the replay. And see here now on YouTube, this doesn't happen on Facebook or any other social. Do you see here? This is where I am. I'm live. There's 4 people watching. Next year, there'll be loads more people watching. I hadn't put it out there that much because I've done other things in my business. And so slow progress is better than no progress, right? So from day 4, then YouTube recommend day 5. YouTube help you with your marketing. It helps you get in front of the people that you're here to serve, and serves your next video. All right. So Barbara had said Abraham Hicks cruise sounds great, Iona. And so this is really key and crucial, that when you are putting yourself out there with your spiritual business and you're visualizing it, not only the environments that you want to be on. I personally, I'm going to go all in my YouTube channel, because I haven't as yet to date. And 2026 is the year, right, to schedule out and build relationships. And I'll talk about it more on Financial Freedom Sunday. But to maintain the relationship, even though nobody was commenting yesterday, and I wasn't very calm about that, Barbara was still able to watch the replay, and here we are, and you're here, but you were able to do it on your own time, and you were able to go out and live into your vision board and not miss out. That is the kind of spiritual business that I wanted to build. That is the badass spiritual business. I'm not somebody that says, go out and build a list, get on my email list, and like sign up, otherwise I'll shut things down, or I only launch once a year and there's a window of when we list build, get into whatever it is in this moment, in this week, and that's it. No, it's there for an entire year, right? Do you think that's huge? I do. It might be a little bit of a distinction of what it is that you're doing in your business versus what you could be doing. All right. And I love it. And so I wrote a book about it. So hopefully that makes sense. So my vision is to be on YouTube and grow my YouTube channel. And here I am growing my YouTube channel, but with relationships. This is going to afford me the opportunity to build more relationships, right? So I love that. So Barbara, thank you. So when somebody comments, when somebody likes the video, somebody subscribes, all those things, it's helping the YouTube channel. This is in essence, again, is me creating a video on my YouTube channel. I could just upload this video and not comment and not have the relationships, not have the opportunity to engage with you. Does that make sense? Building a badass spiritual business is going to serve you if you come out from behind closed doors and nurture those relationships. All right. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. I always capture what it is that I need in that moment. And Barbara, you'd commented on mine. So there's my playlist for this. And there I am live, right? So when you get notifications, so I was talking about yesterday with environment, right? Where you want to be in your environment. And I like learning, right? And so when somebody uploads on YouTube, you get notifications. So as I'm uploading or going live on my YouTube channel, YouTube is sending out an email for me and notifications that I'm going live to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And so when I see the comments, it's like I can go and continue on and engage and maintain that relationship, right? With whoever is commenting, right? So love that. So thank you for all the comments and the love. And so Barbara had said that actually I finished listening. I listened on the replay and enjoyed it. And so what did Barbara actually listen to on the replay and enjoy it? It was this episode 1. And I'm actually going to start these again to come live with you for this fresh Bank 50K in 50 Day Challenge, because I want to speak into the Telegram group more. But thank you, Barbara, for watching this. And I look a little bit crazy on there. Let me just... So I do the vision board party and the Bank 50K in 50 days. This is a 7-day teaching. So it's giving you, like Barbara said, you know, I'm only on day 1 right now and you're on day 5, Iona. So I'm not expecting you to have everything done. But when we are done and we are going together, we're going to be going together on my daily lives for the 7 Freedoms Intentional Living podcast. So this is sharing with you how to live an intentional life, why you might want to, and actually me using my environment on the YouTube channel to support you, but it's supporting me for my own vision board. As I've gone through my awakening and I have my relationship with source and guidance, like Iona, these are the spiritual ascension tools that you are here to serve with. Gather them, use them, learn to alchemize them, and package it up and give it back. So I've created a system. But not only have I created a system for myself, I create a system for my students as well. So I'd love to be able to give you that gift of how you align your own movement, your message, and your money, and getting onto YouTube. And again, I wrote a book about it, right? So when somebody sees this daily live, then they see the next episode, right? So you've come to the Vision Board Challenge, and then on a Monday, we reflect. So red t-shirt, it's Monday, life purpose, right? Every single Monday, you reflect and you rate your vibration, you share your wins, you share I'm there holding space for your journey for free on my YouTube channel. But guess what? It's for me and it's for students. So Barbara's a student of mine in my boot camp, and I'll show you towards the end that this vision board and this daily life is my pre-soul work into understanding where you need to be before we work together. So I've reversed engineered my process of my relationship with my soul clients by offering marketing that, one, shows who I am, and two, it builds a connection. So I like to say a soul to soul connection. This isn't about go out there and build a list. This is about really be visible in your purpose as a light worker. Make a difference, show up, speak out, and serve deep. Does that make sense? So there I am with the next episode, right? So Barbara said, I listened to the replay and enjoyed it. Thank you, Barbara. I really do appreciate that. Like, that's huge to be able to connect. And this was 3 months ago. You listened and you would have got it. You enjoyed it because you've been on this vision board party. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to be in the Telegram group together and going through this stuff. All right. So I'm going to recap the steps that I suggest that you guys do, which are: number one, sign up for the replays and the homework. Barbara, you should have that as a bonus, as a boot camper and a co-author. So there's homework in there for you to really take time over the holidays before New Year. If you want to come with me live annually. But if you're watching this throughout 2026, give yourself a certain period of time to get this done. Go through the homework and come and get coaching with me. All right. So you can get coaching in there. So save the playlist that is the playlist on here for my YouTube channel, actually. And I'm going to refresh this because I had it open earlier. And what you will see again, if it doesn't like completely go blank and stay blank, is me live. It is actually live on my YouTube channel. It is actually live. So when people come, or people are your subscribers, and I'm live for like an hour and a half or what have you, or maybe a couple of hours, that gives people the time to come in and come out. It's so powerful. Like, I'm not paying for that, right? So save the playlist. Hang on. Now this is coming in on a post. Save the playlist for the Facebook group, because we have the Facebook group. So come in there. The messenger chat, Barbara said that she saw it, is going to be shut down by the end of the week. It's not really active in there. There's some people that are active. So thank you for sharing your journey and your vision boards in there, getting started. It's lovely to see. And they're really inspiring me, to be fair. There's the post that I talk about intentional living. And I may do that towards the end. And then posting your images. So when you've finished with your vision board, the idea is to go into the Facebook group and post your images. All right. It's not about lurking. Definitely not lurking. So post your hey. So Laurie had posted her vision board. Awesome. So we're seeing vision boards. That was from last year. This has been bumped up because I bumped it up to show you examples of, there was a question about what does an emotional freedom vision board look like, and so we can see them in examples in the group. So in the media, you'll see, and don't let yours not be in there, so that you can come back at the end of 2026 and say, this is what I manifested. And I do suggest putting the year on it, and I hadn't actually. So post your vision boards in the group. Yes, we do have a chat. The chat is not connected to the group anymore. It's a separate chat in messenger communities. So if you want to be in there, just post in the group that I'd like to join the chat, and then I'll invite you in. Facebook, again, wonky. We are going to be on the Telegram. I'm going to be in the Telegram coaching through this. So yeah. All right, post them. And then join the Global Networking Hub. So this replay is in the Global Networking Hub, and I'll talk about that towards the end. Relationships, building relationships, not only the relationship with you, the relationship with me, if you want to continue. That's where I am. Lots of people say, connect with me. And they go, do you want to get on a chat? Do you want to do that? And I'm like, no, I do this 12 times in the year. Your girl's got other things to do. That is where I'll be. So if you like my company, if you like my teaching, that is, come to the calls. I've got those scheduled out in my business. So I was just looking to see if you had any comments. All right. So let's go into, hang on, let's see. What we are going to do, again, it's practical in terms of the practice. I'm going to dive into the mind map teaching in a second. practically relationships. So Barbara, you know how you said you listened to that that episode, right, in between, and said you really enjoyed it. So this is me with my contribution and my podcast. So this is me sharing about my spiritual awakening journey, and we have co-authors sharing about their spiritual awakening stories through these different areas of your life, whether it's contribution, whether it's health, whether it's emotions, environment, relationships, spirituality, and financial freedom. And so, or lack thereof, when you're going through an awakening. So that again is relationships. It's relationships with my co-authors, but relationships with who my co-authors are here to serve. I want to hold space for that. I'm going to talk about that more on spiritual freedom. So on my YouTube channel, I've got live streams, which this is a live stream. I've got the daily podcast. I've got YouTube shorts, which are shared, which I chop up my daily podcasts and put them as shorts. And then I've got my Spotify and my Audible on my LinkedIn. I'm not really on TikTok, but I could be. And then in my Facebook group, and then again, my co-author book series, then my Telegram, then a $7.77 course, then my $77 coaching, 2-hour coaching, all of that to say that I've thought through the relationships that I want to build in my business, and it starts on my YouTube channel, and it starts with my spiritual awakening story. So I repurpose my live and my YouTube channel on my podcast, and some people prefer to listen and some people prefer to watch. So this is the same episode. I'm not sure. I think you listened to episode 1. So the same episode that you listened to, Barbara, is the episode that is on here. I repurpose everything. And so when you're thinking, oh my gosh, I want to be on the social, my life purpose, how am I going to have time to do all of these things? You're going to actually be the best version of you while you serve online, is what I would say. The most efficient, just in alignment with your values, the most efficient, the most organized, the most balanced. This is about having spiritual business and life work balance, having systems around everything that you do. I have systems around even weekly videos. I don't know if they're in here. My weekly videos, I haven't done them for a while, but I have systems around creating my weekly videos, right? And so the fear of being seen online that I'd mentioned, all of my tips and things and my what is that called, StreamYard prompts are in here already. We want to be the best version of us in our marketing. So we're showing up, speaking out and serving deep. And I'm laughing because I know that most people hate marketing, but marketing is about connecting soul to soul, about reaching your soul clients. And so again, it's the 1212 portal, using the 1212 portal to manifest your dream life. And I know all of you guys know all the things about the spiritual stuff, so I'm going to leave that up for tomorrow. So as we layer this vision board, and I am going to get into creating your vision board, I promise, I mention about life purpose and how I want to serve. And again, I'm doing my daily lives. Barbara watched my daily live, right? Because it was on a Monday. That's what I scheduled in. And I'm going to be consistent in this throughout 2025. And I started these as Facebook lives. Facebook did the outage after I did consecutively 200 lives. I was like, really? Went onto YouTube, realized that nobody's even on YouTube, don't even know me. Learned the hard way, went back on Facebook, did YouTube. I've done hundreds and hundreds of these lives, but I haven't done a full year consistently, like straight off 365 days. So that's my challenge of doing 365 days. Yes, you could do 50 days with me, but if you're a student of mine and you say you're in the mastermind or the boot camp and you're working with me for an entire year, me showing up when for my life purpose, having those passive and leverage income streams and my book and my courses, I'm not on with students all the time, but this is a way for me to stay top of mind, walk my own talk, and support my students as well as market at the same time. I'm saying to you that a badass spiritual business vision board and a badass spiritual business life, living an intentional life, is very different to anything that you've ever experienced. Stop doing what's not working for 2025 and start doing in 2026 what is going to serve you for the rest of your days, systematizing your life. And so this is how I contribute, right? This is my marketing, it's my group calls, it's my implementation, it's my mastermind, it's my masterclass, it's my co-author calls, it's everything all there, except for if I do one-on-one calls, right? That's my business model, right? Like all of my challenges, annual challenges, all the things right there. That's how I wanted to contribute. And notice it's not a 9 to 5, or it's not nights, or it's not any of those. And some people go, well, why would I want to spend every day on the socials, like doing a live stream for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour? Because we're on the social doom scrolling, and that is not building relationships. What it is doing, it's actually absorbing other people's energy and other people's fake lives that they'll tell you in a year that they were unhappy behind those posts anyway, right? So try not to get stuck in environments that you don't want to be in, and actually see how you're spending your time in relationship with you, in relationship with your soul clients, in relationship with your soul tribe, in relationship with your soul family. That's what I'd love for you to have your absolute best life in 2025. And so when I pop relationships on here as well, that'd be date nights, date days. Obviously, you know that my daughter had rang me. I'm able to spend, I've spent the last 8 weeks with my daughter, and my grandson is 7 and a bit weeks. And so that has been amazing. And so my daily routine hasn't been the same. However, and I'll talk about this as I move through this live stream and this vision board party, I have set on my vision board to manifest my soulmate. I haven't as yet, and I've been single for 4 years after being in my twin flame relationship for almost 4 years. And I set the intention to date for marriage, right? So I was talking about this on the phone call today. I will reveal more on the vision board channel, on the second YouTube channel. And so I still put in my days that that I'm talking to my soulmate on a morning and on an evening, even if you don't have all the things. Say right now, today I'm showing up on my challenge, right? You can schedule your challenge out for the year. So this is a year's worth of vision board and vision boarding for 2026, right? Yes, we're ending the 2025 as well. We can prep for 2026. But what do your days look like? What do your mornings, what do you want your mornings to look like? What do you want your during your day to look like, and your evening to look like? How you're launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day. So by this time next year, your girl wants to be wifey dot almost. A New Year's wedding is what I'd really like, and that is what I'm going to put on my vision board. And so we'll see. Like, I'm like, universe, bring me my man. But if you don't have something like in your life right now, you can still put it on, like for the cruise, the Abraham Hicks's cruise. I put it in my calendar. I didn't go. I actually put going to the Garage Nation in Amsterdam. It was like raving, basically. And so your girl still raves. I was talking about that to someone who I'm arranging a date with today. And he likes that music. He's like, no way. And I said, I didn't get to go because I was looking after my grandbaby, and my soul daughter didn't go. But I planned out my year, whether you get to do it or not. Like, I really look forward to it. I almost feel like I did it in my mind anyway. But you're in vibrational harmony. When we say we don't have time, it's like, so now Natalie's call is on, she's kicked it off on the 12th of December. Now, every 12th of the month, that's going to be her call, right? That's her time to build those relationships and connect. This isn't about let's just be on the socials adding to the noise. So when would you connect with your soul tribe? When will you have those conversations? For me, it's the first Monday of the month, right? At 9 p.m. UK time. I'd love to have a conversation with you. That's 12. It comes around pretty quick. The next one is the 5th of January. And then the first Monday of the month. So whenever you're watching this, know that I want to connect with you. More of our soul tribe want to connect with you. More of our co-authors want to connect with you. And hopefully that will translate into your spiritual business as well. All right. Hopefully that helps. Barbara says, I did put my co-author story on my life contribution vision board for next year. Yes. Seeing it written and inspiring others. So Barbara is a co-author, and I'll talk about that more tomorrow on the Spiritual Freedom Vision Board. I love it. And so this was on, oh, do you know what? I don't even think I just gave myself hot water, which is fine because I drink hot water, but I forgot to put my herbal tea bag in my flask. I boiled the kettle like 3 minutes before coming live, and I was like, I've got time. And I actually didn't. put the tea bag in there. But does this make, Barbara, is this making sense in terms of, you might just think, oh, well, just stick images on a cork board, but the vision and the images are going to reflect like real time your life that you want to manifest. We drop off all of the time if we don't. Hey, love. Hey, Robin. How you doing? Robin, are you staying with us or are you popping in? I'd love for you to pop in. I'd love for you to stay with us. I was watching last year and Robin was on with me and we were just having a ball. We were having a beautiful conversation throughout the vision board party, but towards the end of it. Absolutely epic. Robin, I want to say our relationship, and Robin listens to me all the time, every day in the DMs. And she's lived all of my relationships, meaning all of my every date night, just about every date night, every conversation. Robin, thank you. When I get married, she's going to be maid of honor. Trying to stay. Yay! All right. So I don't know how long you've been here, but we've talked about quite a lot, and we've talked about Natalie's 12/12 portal and her call. I don't know if you have your monthly calls or you're going to go quarterly calls or what have you, but for those of you who come to the Global Networking Hub and you're getting your things up, and even if we all don't individually go to all of each other's calls, we might know of someone and refer of someone to go on those calls. So, and I will share all of your calls and what have you as members. Yes to the maid of honor. Woo, woo. Well, judging by the relationships that I had over this year with my best friends of decades and decades, it's like, yeah, there's a space for a maid of honor. And Robin's got a name on it. Absolutely. I'm serious as well. Get you on an airplane for the first time in your life. I am hoping that you have airplane on your vision board, right? Robin says, I'm planning to start the monthly calls in March. Yes, the first Wednesday of the month. Let's go. Yes. So you're looking out and building relationships. And so next year, and so this is holding us accountable. So next year, so Robin, I'm not sure of just come to the monthly call and you'll see each other and you can post in the Facebook group. And I'm going to show you the Facebook group that we can connect in. And that's beautiful. Barbara says, I'm putting stuff on the life mission vision that I'm planning on doing next year, but also some ambitious goals for what I want to do. Woo, woo. I'm starting hypnotherapy training soon. So to put that on your vision board. Amazing. Make sure that you're organizing your time so that you can do the things and get in front of the people now and serve them with the now. I'm going to say that to you. I need to add planes to my vision board. Absolutely. Airplanes. Woohoo. All right. So let's dive into, let me go back to the mind map and just put some clarity. I didn't even touch the mind map. And I hadn't touched the mind map today either. So if you are new to this vision board party and this vision board Bank 50 Game for Days, let me just move this one out of the way. I am sharing with you a wheel. And I'm not going to go dive really deep into the wheel because for those of you who've gone through the other days, you'll get this. So basically, this is the Soul Legacy wheel. I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. And so we're segmenting your life into 7 areas, which I call the intentional living code, 7 freedoms. And we want to put our vision of freedom in each area of our life in a photo collage. And then what I'm sharing with you and teaching you as a result of going through this spiritual business vision board party is creating images and then a video montage that you can play in the morning and in the night and consistently. And so if you take my challenge, I challenge you to do that for 50 days, right? And you've got to post in the Telegram group or the Facebook group. I'm going to be in the Telegram that you're playing your vision board done once you rate your vibrational frequency. So you're rating your vibrational frequency in alignment with your vision, how you feel. So if you feel in soul flow or in soul funk, and I always do this, you kind of, when you're in flow, it's like, you feel high vibing. When you're in funk, you're like, oh God, I wish today was over, kind of thing. And either way is fine, but it's just noticing and being aware. So what I am going to do today is, as we've done throughout this week, is we've rated our vibrational frequency for that spiritual business and life work balance. So I say, be mindful of your light work and your lifestyle. And it's both, and having that balance is both. It's not my lifestyle is going by the wayside for my light work, and my light work, I'm working all the time. So we've got life purpose, but we also want to manage our health and our emotions and our environment and our relationships, our spirituality, and our financial freedom. So this is how we're going to rate. Relationship is an R, not there. Relationship R. Oh gosh, why? Oh, hang on. Relationship freedom. I realize it didn't R. Freedom Friday equals, and you guys can do that. For mine, I want to say, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to say 11. Earlier on, I was like, a 10. No, actually, I'm going, girls can go with an 11 today. Did I do a 10 on my Facebook? Can't remember now. Maybe. Let me see on my Facebook. I think I was a 10. I want to be transparent. But if I've raised my frequency, I've raised my frequency. That's all cool, right? It says I'm live on here. Woohoo! So it doesn't give me the rating. What did I rate it today? I'm going to actually look in my, what's that called? Messenger, and see what I rated. I rated it an 11. It was an 11. Woo-hoo! I feel high vibing. All right, let me go back here. Hang on. And I'm going to go into some teaching. And I'm going to share what teaching I'm going into. So Relationship Freedom Friday. And one of my students messaged me and she said, happy RFF. Because Friday is her favorite day. I'm like, are you serious? She wants every day to be a Friday. She's so beautiful. You watch this, love? Yeah, happy Friday. So Relationship Freedom Friday. So Robin's is a 7 and mine's an 11. And so again, we want to journal this, and we're going to be journaling this out as we do the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge. So my journal is called the Soul Legacy Journal. We're leaving a legacy. Makes it obvious, right? So this is a blank notebook, and it's 365 days of your spiritual awakening. Sorry, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. This is the alchemy bit. This is the going through this system, the intentional living codes. Cheers to financial freedom frequency. So the C, contribution, H, an acronym, H, health, E, emotions, R, E, environment, R, relationships, S, spirituality, and F, financial freedom. So we're rising and residing at our own frequency. That means that we unlock our own vision. That's our own code. The intentional living codes, our own code is different. So these numbers are like codes. And so the idea is to vibrate at an 11. But we dip, and that's okay. And when we dip from vibing high, it feels like a really hard dip. And so we rate, and then we look at our life. And Robin was saying on Wednesday for the emotional freedom, actually, I just took a step back and observed and breathed and released and all the things, and their vibration raised the next day. So when you think in terms of relationship, what is your frequency? Feeling optimistic. Love it. And so I love that. So you're feeling at an 11, you're feeling optimistic. I'm not sure on the emotional scale what optimism is, but you know what? You know me, I'm going to go and see, because that's what I do. Emotional scale. Let's see what optimism is on the emotional scale. It is 5, high vibing. Perfect. So if that is your, and we'll talk about this on the coaching on the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym. If say you go down the emotional scale and you go to say worry or doubt, and that's like taking you out and you're spiraling, you can always go back to what helped you be optimistic, right? And so you can go up the emotional scale. Do you remember I was saying about why can't we find our own triggers and patterns to help us vibe up the emotional scale faster? And so hopefully that will help you, like, okay, I don't have to get all the way wherever, just optimism. Like, can I feel a bit hopeful? Can I feel a little bit optimistic? That is feeling fantastic. And what that does is it's the vibration that you're emitting. So if you're feeling fantastic, amazing, well done. And so that's an 11. So by the end of the week, we're going to count up our scores and see what we've got, where we're vibing, and which area dips the most, right? Which area is showing you the most contrast. That is all it is. It's contrast. And so again, Robin, Barbara, it is an 11. Robin is at a 7. Now, last week, Robin might have been at 11 and Barbara might have been at a 7, and the next week it might be different, or you might have been at the same. What I want you to do, it doesn't matter who's doing high or lower, it's your own score. So when you do this from last Friday, if you did it, to the next Friday, you want to be going up your own emotional scale, or maintaining your high vibration, or dipping and getting the lesson of what the universe is giving you. Because when you're dipping is a lesson and it's a contrast, and it's okay, it's just that reflection of, oh, what is this? What, how have I spent the last 7 days? Who was it with? If it's relationship, whether it's a relationship with you, have you been consistent in whatever it is? Whatever, have you been doing your vision board? Have you been journaling? Have you been doing the things that are fun? It's your own thing. And what you want to notice is why. Why do you feel optimistic? Why do you feel an 11? Why do you feel at a 7? This is your journey of coaching yourself. And this is the journey of replacing and reprogramming that inner voice, that poverty consciousness and that lack that we got from all of the people around us as we were growing up. There was a reel on Facebook, I think it was, and it was saying, this guy was saying about him doing his duty to be the inner voice for his children, because that's where we got our inner voice from, all the people that are around us that raised us, right? We didn't come with that inner voice that was programmed in that way. So we're reprogramming our inner voice, and we're reprogramming to connect with that soul guidance, to connect with source, and look at the world through the lens of your soul. If you're looking at the world through the lens of your soul, you're high vibing. If you're looking at the world through the lens of your humanness, you're going to dip. And so it's just practicing that again. Barbara says, for me, it was when I spend more time with other people, not just romantically, as I do spend a large percentage of my life living and working alone. And so you're noticing that now. So regular times where you're going to be out there. I set my intention last year to be doing salsa, and I was moving back up to my hometown in Leeds. So I did go to the salsa and went on a first date. I didn't like the salsa bar. I went the week before on my own. My best friend wouldn't come with me. And I was like, what kind of best friend are you? Like, what? She said, oh, we went there like 17 years ago. I'm like, why would you not go again? Anyway, she didn't. And I was upset with her, to be fair. I was like, I'm usually 200 miles away. Why would? And she's like, I want to come. Anyway, she didn't. I'm like, I need new friends. Is what I said. I'm like, you're supposed to enjoy. I need new friends. Anyway, so I was put Toastmasters on there. I'm terrified of public speaking. I didn't end up going, but I did join. I put Compassionate Friends, the bereavement charity. So I went to that and actually sat in a room for the first time with other mums, a lot of other mums who had also lost their children, and in various circumstances. It was real. Oh, it was just really touching. It was really comforting, and we feel like family. So there's things and places and what have you, like, that you put on your, that you might do once a month, you might do once a week, you might do every 6 months. So if you know that lights you up, do more of that. But we're doing that as well as doing our business. We're not just having the relationships, we're doing that so that we can have the freedom for our relationships. So thank you. Whispers from the realm. I'm late. I was away. I have begun my podcast schedule for 2026. Yes! Filling up the canvas to raise the vibes. Woohoo! Signed up for a yoga class to meet people. I'm always alone. Yes. Vision board party. I love it so much. Makes me so happy. That is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Yay, Laurie. Yay. I go to a storytelling community once a month and love it. Yay. So that needs to be on your calendar so that you're not overbooking your time, and so that when you look back, you know what you've done with your year. You know, when you think, where's the time gone? That is our legacy. Like, that time right there is our legacy. I love it. So thank you, Laurie. Woohoo. I love it. Be Awakened You with Robin says that the 7 is a reflection of my ego's resistance and frustration in my caregiving relationship. And so it is relationship. And Robin teaches that. And so there are other caregivers out there who feel that way. The fact that you're aware and the fact that you do what you do and in your healing journey and your awakening and being the best version of you and shedding those layers. And even though it is the ego and the resistance and the frustration, it's at another level. Like there's so many layers that have been shed and shifted, and it's only the frustration and the resistance because you know that you're moving up that emotional scale, and things that like that ego and resistance, they have to shed, and it doesn't like it. So if you weren't moving up, it wouldn't be resistance, because you wouldn't need to be resisting. You'd just be staying still. Do you know what I mean? I love it. Got a shift to allow source to take the lead. Absolutely. Bring it in, and you're doing your meditations as well. There's a lot of love that comes from caregiving too. Yes, absolutely. Whispers from within the realm. Laurie says, yes, yes, yes. Woo-hoo. I love it. See the comments. Relationships. Amen. All right, I'll go faster. So Barbara says, I also got to go to a really awesome and supportive network. And if you guys notice that I'm reading really slow, kind of robotic. I have Erlen and dyslexia, so forgive me, not forgive me, but like, and I don't have my Erlen glasses on, and so like reading out aloud at school was terrifying for me. So for me, reading out, and when I'm on like screen share and in the mastermind and doing Q&A, I'm like, you guys are making me spell, and I'm like rubbish at it. All right. So I also got to go to a really awesome and supportive network space once a week, which has been helping me to keep my vibe and business motivation in a high space. Yay. And for you guys on my calendar, when you see my calendar, it's like, oh, that's Iona's call. Oh, that's Iona's call. And if you don't have the finances to invest, then yeah, even more reason to fulfill your life purpose. Online network, get it. I have dyslexia as well. Do you? Yeah, it's our gift, isn't it? But you know, there's challenges with it. So we're rating our so Laurie, have you rated your vibrational frequency? So if you write it, so if you guys see each other doing this now, you'll know what you're talking about. RFF equals Relationship Freedom Friday, right? So you've got your scores, and hopefully you've been rating your vibration all week, and you'll add them up at the end of the week and see where you've been dipping, see what your overall score is. It's beautiful. All right. So if you rate RFF equals between a 1 and 11, so flow versus soul funk, that would be awesome. And I will pull that up. All right, let me get going with the teaching, because I'm going to dive into some epic stuff, right? I'm known for the epic stuff. So what I am going to be talking about, relationships, right? And I say, I love my soul clients, my soul family, my soul tribe. I really do. I really actually care. And it's just been a beautiful journey for me. And so again, it's not about list building for me. It just really isn't. So I'm going to talk about the signs that you've met somebody from your soul family, right? So when I talk about the soul income game, what we want to do is make memories with our soul clients, soul family, and soul tribe, right? I'm going to talk about what soul contracts are. We know what soul contracts are. The bucket list items that you want to put on. Bucket list for couples, for those of you who want to manifest love. Caroline Macy soul contracts, soul family definition, soul tribe, soul client, etc. And a bit of my journey of why I do what I do and the way that I do it. Okay, then I'm going to give you your homework. So I've got some screens open that I'm going to share for this last half an hour, if that's okay. And hopefully you'll find great value. Okay, Relationship Freedom Friday 10. Is it 10 or is it 8? Is it 8? 333, baby. Yes. And we're going to take 8 because you did it afterwards. So 8. So Laurie, if you were not here, when we're doing that vibrational rating, we are going to add up the scores, but we want to know why. Like what relationship, what's happened over this last week, since last Friday to this Friday, and what do I want to, how do I want to project that energy? What can I do to shift my energy, shift my perspective, do something different, let something go, let something in, so I'm high vibing, right? And you don't always have to high vibrate an 11. That is not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, notice where your vibrational frequency is and notice that it can shift. Just shift. It can just shift. It's not like crazy. All right. So I'm going to leave you guys over here for just a second. And I'm going to respect your time. So I'm just going to go through for a few minutes and then I will come back to the comments. Okay. So I've got some, hang on. 1 second, because I've signed up for a community and classes volunteering. Whoop, whoop. Yes. See this? Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Family bucket list ideas, right? So if you haven't included bucket list items in your vision board, then I do suggest keep updating it until you do. And so if you have a family, a young family or extended family or like adult family, whatever, tailor it to you. Grandbabies, whatever it is, volunteering, doing all the things. So the family bucket list, like historical sites, theme parks, zoos, all those things. And you know, some of those things cost money, and some of them don't, and that's okay. Some of them we may have already done, and we might have really beautiful memories. And just remembering, like for me, obviously for me, my son made his transition, so I found some pictures. And I was showing my daughter, I was like, oh my God, like of our holidays and different things. And now she's got her baby and she's looking at herself when she was younger. It's still legacy. It's still memories, right? So bucket list ideas for the UK, national parks, blah, blah, blah. Let's up for kids, bucket list items. I'm not going to go into that in case you don't have children, but family bucket list, family activities. If you don't think of like, what would I put on my bucket list? There's loads of things for bucket list ideas, loads. Stargazing, camping in your back garden, done that, build a den in the woods. Just, they're free, right? Go for a swim, take a family bike ride. It's the things that fires, yes. Visit a national park, garden campfire, scavenger hunt, paddleboard, kayak. So imagine buying a paddleboard. I can't swim, so that's not me, but my ex used to paddleboard. And when we went on a trip to Scotland, he was doing paddleboard, and I enjoyed it because I watched him be out on the paddleboard and I cooked in the camper van. It was just really lovely. And we'd had that on our vision board, and climbing up Burnett, we went and climbed up a mountain. So, you know, even if you're not the one that's doing it, just including what your family would like, taking your family on vacations, your children, your grandbabies, nieces, nephews, what have you, friends, family, soul sisters, soul brothers, like being able to say, actually, I've done really well in my business. We'll all go. Oh, I don't have the money. Well, I'll cover it, you know? Yeah, loads at coastal path, beaches. That's me. That's my jam. Plant a mini garden, go rock pooling. These are not like, you see, most of those are free, right? Experience a sunrise hike. Can I get an amen? I believe that many of these things are just like natural to me. Like I've done a lot. But some people don't. Picnics were just always our thing. But for some people it's not, and people around the world it's not, right? Sometimes we're like, well, we can take it for granted that these are the things that everybody gets to do. It's not the things that everybody gets to do. And I'm not a fan of camping. Glamping, yes, but in a yurt. And my ex and I, we did go camping in like this. It was in somebody's back garden actually, and they had a shower outside. They had different things. It was really beautiful. And I think, okay, when I have my barn conversion, we put that on the property. Bucket list for couples. If you're in a relationship, fantastic. If you're not in a relationship, still visualize yourself with your person. If you've got hot air balloon ride, Natalie just did this in Egypt. She put Egypt on her bucket list, and I'm like, really? Oh, just epic, just absolutely buzzing. And she'll share with you that, I don't know, it didn't take long. I think it was less than a week when she put it on her vision board, and all of a sudden she's going to Egypt. I'm like, what? And then a few months later she's gone, and I'm like, what? So her vision board is in our private community. Road trip again, stargazing, scuba diving, skinny dipping. I've not done skinny dipping. I would actually once I learn how to swim. Take a dance class, volunteer together, etc. Matching tattoos. My daughter and I got matching tattoo. Cooking dinner together. I mean, like, those are some of the things that I just do, and you think, wow, you know, not everybody does. Writing love letters, done that. I'm going to write my love list again. So if you're not in a relationship but you want to be in a relationship, you're kind of thinking, oh, okay, like maybe this is the year. Maybe you're like, I'm just single, maybe single forever. It's up to you. But even if you're in a relationship, spice it up. Like why would you not? So yeah, make a pizza together, date nights, go ice skating. I'm gonna be doing some of this stuff. I'm gonna give this date night to my soulmate, to my husband, and say, here we go. Like, I had this conversation today about not being the one to organize something all of the time. It's like, no, that's not going to be me. I will do that and I will contribute, but I want my man to lead. Like, I'm very good at communicating that. So groups that I've joined, groups that I host, but groups that I've joined, and I joined a bunch. And I think I joined a bunch because I've got lots of stuff where I just say for business, but I'm here and it's like, okay, spiritual leaders, spiritual women, awakened women, spiritual dating, podcast groups, the retreat, Natalie's group, Amazon authors, easy vegan, basically spirituals and spiritual singles, podcast. What groups are you guys in? And I know that when you guys request to join my groups, I can see that you guys are in hundreds of groups. And what one of my masterminders did a couple of years ago, she had about 1,500 groups that she was in. She'd never come out of a group from the whole time, maybe a decade or more, 2 decades, I don't know what, on Facebook. So I was like, come out of the groups that you're not going to be in. The TEDx group, I've asked for that. So that's one that I really want to, it's been paused. That's one that I really want to keep an eye on. Unvaccinated singles, advanced readers, vision boards, spiritual awakening, travel groups, different things. Where are you hanging out on social media? Find a travel buddy, awaken authors. I'm not usually in that many groups, but I wanted to go into different groups and do different things, different nomads, spiritual nomads, etc. I will probably come out of those groups, but to be fair, but where are you hanging out? Where are you building the relationships? And so one of the things that I want to share with you actually is, hang on, it's here, is as I build my movement, and I'll talk about this more on Financial Freedom Sunday, being a guest and building relationships with fellow podcast hosts, summit hosts, radio show hosts. And when I see a post online, I save it to a particular category so I can come back to it. I don't doom scroll and then see all the things and get sucked into it. I have my different categories where I can save a post under a new collection, and say if it is travel, I can go back to it, or if it is vegan food, I'm pescatarian, I was vegan. If it is for soulmates, or it is for being a guest, I'm building those relationships and featuring and different things. And if you want to be part of this list of being featured on different podcasts and summits, that's what I teach, putting yourself out there, then let me know. So I'm very intentional with my social media. We talked about environment. So I invite you guys to, while you're putting new things on your vision board, also take things off. All right. So definitely, like, be mindful of, okay, well, we're going to do on the coaching, and hopefully you guys can make it and you can see each other rather than just commenting on the YouTube channel. Excuse me. You'll start to layer your life and honor that intention that you're creating, and time blocking and setting your focus timer and all those things, doing the things that you need to do, be productive. So Laurie says, want to move to Mexico. That part, I'm coming with you. Exactly that part, you know. And so when we are looking at moving or traveling around the world, we want to have a business that runs itself. Do we have? So I was sharing that I bought the ports for my laptop. I bought the light that's popped out for my laptop and different things that I needed, and a rucksack for my, I don't like it. I sent it back, and I've got another one for my laptop. I don't love working on my laptop because I've got stuff to do on my big fat Mac. But in order to travel, I cannot be sat at this Mac. So putting things in place and visualizing and doing that. Yeah, want to move to Mexico. What is that going to take? Is it going to be next year? Is it going to be the year after? What are the steps? And is it moving or is it staying in Mexico for a while before you decide to move? Where you move? All the things. Have you been there before? It depends. So one of the things that I hang on, let me just take a pause. That too, absolutely want my business to run itself. Yeah. And so, but if we don't know how, you do, because I've taught you, if you don't know how to have your business run itself, like as a light worker, it's like, I want to be there and work one-to-one and make sure everybody gets all the transformation because I'm the only one that can do it. It's not that at all. We want people to read our books. We want to work online. We want to have freedom. Yes, we'll have the times that we work one-on-one, but we want to impact our students. And when we grow YouTube, so that's my focus now, is really growing my YouTube channel. I've got the back end of my business dialed down, like, yes, ready for these new relationships, right? And so this, I didn't share this yesterday. I don't think I did. So this lady was talking about how God, source, what have you, moved her supernaturally. And so when I watched this last year, just before I went live for the environmental freedom, and she talks about how she was guided, how chaos unfolded in her life, how she was redirected, how she had mold in her apartment, how she had her child, how she was in the neighborhood of the home that she'd picked, and how she manifested the home a street away from the one that she was visualizing, blah, blah, blah. And then as I typed this in, she did an update a month ago, ready for us, and she was sharing about how much she was not actually prepared for that home, how she didn't necessarily feel as worthy as she could, how her relationship changed, how she was under spiritual attack, warfare, how she looked like perfect on the outside, how she needed help from a cleaner, how she lost a client but the same day got a client, it was so many stories, like we put it on our vision board, we're like, yeah, we put it on our vision board, boom, yes, no, stuff happens along the way. And that's why I'm sharing this with you in such a great depth. It isn't just, oh, well, my vision board is going to manifest in the most easy way and that's it, I'm done. It's not. It's actually my vision board will manifest and I will get the things that I need in order to get to where I need to be that version of me. And again, planning virtual retreats, gonna get an amen. We're planning a retreat from Mexico. Book readers, I'm going to talk about this on Spiritual Freedom Saturday tomorrow, about sharing your spiritual awakening story. If you've got a spiritual awakening story, sharing it with the people that you're here to serve so that you connect soul to soul. In order to have the relationship with the people that you're here to serve, you need to go through your spiritual awakening, because that's how you start your spiritual business and awaken to your life purpose. Hello. And then go find the spiritual ascension tools that work for you. Some will work, some won't. Package that up in a process and give it to the people that you're here to serve. That is what I believe. I just think, why are we so stuck on this whole vision, this whole awakening, that it's a bad thing? It's not. So on my reviews, Kalini says, she was a student, a masterminder of mine, this is a must-have for every spiritual entrepreneur who wants more success in their business. So notice that one person read it and said, do you know what? Other people need this, right? So the Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch book is no ordinary business self-help book. It is fully interactive and gives you all the tools you need to literally set up your YouTube channel from scratch. I was feeling so despondent in my business and fed up with social media giving me minimal results. And I will be honest, I was literally about to throw in the towel. Then serendipitously, I can't say it, I found Iona Meade and this incredible book. Oh my God, I literally could not put the book down. I read the whole book and took hundreds of notes over 2 days. Wow, it has totally opened my eyes to a brand new way of running my business with less stress, no more overwhelm, and less hours and more freedom. Iona Meade is a trailblazer, a visionary, earth angel, and I know that this book is going to change the lives of many light workers and business owners. I know it has changed mine in a short space of time, and I'm now excited about rebranding my business and launching my YouTube channel in 2024. 20 exciting times ahead. I'll read one more, and Robin's put a testimonial there. I read one more. So when you're writing your book for your life purpose, you're thinking of your reader. And so as a masterminder of mine, as a co-author of mine, I'm sharing with you how to share your spiritual awakening story and actually how to write your own book. And when you write your own book with your readers in mind and your business and your life purpose and the lifestyle that you want to actually create, it connects with readers like no other book, right? And so no other book that they've read. And so on the same topic. So Nicole said, easy to read. She was a boot camper, easy to read and to understand, very relatable information that far exceeds its price and value. That's what I say, right? And so for someone like myself who has so many valuable bits of information, a wealth of knowledge and resources for healing and the overall process of awakening, but unfortunately has no idea how the business world works at all, much less social media and online platforms. This book and the 5-day challenge that goes with inside the book and the Soul Legacy Academy learning portal have been everything I could ever need and want to know, plus more, to help and launch, lead, and end my day with soul-guided intention, as well as helping me to create my Soul Legacy business step by step. A very informative but easy to follow process. It's easy to follow when you don't have resistance. I would just say that. It truly does show you a genius way to show up, speak out, and serve deeply during this massive awakening process that our planet and billions of people are currently experiencing. Hello, I mentioned that yesterday. And so having a reader say that is like, we know, right? And so Iona truly does walk her talk and teaches her students to do the same in a very authentic and admirable way. Working with her has helped me gain a lot of clarity surrounding how I want to contribute to the world and the steps I need to take to get there. She helped me through the money blocks, inspired me to start working out on a daily basis, health freedom, and really take care of my overall physical, mental, and emotional health. You cannot stay the person that you became to survive when you make the choice to thrive. Even the relationships that I have begun to create with some of the students have offered an immeasurable amount of support to me through this entire process. The signs and synchronicities from the universe have come more frequently along this path than any other path I've chosen in my life. And that is just the truth. It's real, it's beautiful, and I'm eternally grateful. If you've not read this book, Alexa will read it for you. And that's what Yaz was saying on day one, that Nicole was like, Alexa can read the book. I'm like, what? So Alexa, the Alexa app can read your book, my book, and your book to your readers. But I would truly suggest buying the book so you can go back through it again and again to find the little golden nuggets of information that you might have missed the first time. So not only reading it once, reading it twice. How many books do you have on your bookshelf that you've never read? And how many books do you have on your bookshelf that you've never met the author? Right? They are scattered throughout. Hands down, a beautiful book from one of the most authentic and real spiritual business owners I've met to date. Right? If you guys have not got the book, get the book. So, I would just say, just get the book. So Robin says, you definitely opened my eyes and expanded my vision, teaching how to serve many. Yes. Laurie says, I have my father who has a condo in Puerto Valent, but I can't say that one. And it is amazing. And the sense of community and the people is awesome there. I was actually social and the energy is amazing. Love that. Coming to see you. So that's going to be on the live. So I want to actually, let me just screenshot that. Hang on. I'm going to screenshot the name. I'm going to look it up. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Environment. So the Global Networking Hub is the place that you can come and you can come together to co-create and collaborate. So I talk about, and I'm going to talk about this on Financial Freedom Sunday, again, where you want to be focused. Now, let me go into this soul family stuff. So soul family, what does soul family mean, right? Soul family is a spiritual concept describing a group of souls with deep innate connections who incarnate together. And so that's what Nicole was saying, sharing similar energies, supporting each other's spiritual growth and feeling intensely familiar. Do you guys feel familiar? Often. And so when you guys came on the monthly call, you had that connection. So when you have your vision board for your tribe and your purpose, that is what they will feel. And so, and Natalie's guys on her call, she should be wrapping it up now. They will feel that, right? Often appearing as close friends, partners, or family members who truly get it and get you beyond the surface level traits, right? And so 12 signs you've met your soul family. So I'm not going to read all of this. I'm going to put it in the online teaching portal. 12 signs that you've met your soul family. Right. What does it say? Have you ever come across someone who you feel like you've known forever, even if you've just met? For all of you guys, when I've met you or when I've gotten a call with you, it's just instant. Barbara says, you helped me believe that I would be able to work on the one-to-many client level in my business rather than just dealing with individual clients only. Absolutely. If you can write a book, you can work one-to-many. So a soul family, and one-to-many is not just a group program. It's one-to-many on in your book, one-to-many in your course, one-to-many on a group coaching call, one-to-many just serving on your YouTube channel, all the things. That's one-to-many for me. It's not just in a one-on-one setting. One-to-many is not just a group program. This is me reaching one-to-many. I'm not just speaking to one person, right? Soul family is comprised of a group of people that your soul energetically resonates with on a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual level. Now, when you raise your vibrational frequency in all of those areas, you're going to call in your soul family that are on that level. All right. So spirit family. Intuitive, most people tend to describe the connection as sharing the same frequency or vibration. And I got on a call today, right, with a person that I'm going to go on a date with. And there's just that connection. It's like, I'm drawn to you. I'm like, yeah, okay. So cool. Barbara says, I have been meeting quite a few members of my soul family lately, including last week. Yes. And feel there are more to come next year. Absolutely. Actually going to put that on my vision board for next year. Yes. And hopefully you'll do your group, right? Because that's what I teach in my boot camp. And you're in the boot camp. So hopefully you're going to go through that process. Soul friends, soulmates, kindred spirits, karmic. Why do we have soul families? So to me, the most valuable social experience a person can ever have is meeting a member of the soul family. The defining quality of this relationship of a type of person is that they make it possible for you to remain the same person by the time they exit your life. I love that. And they talk about your spiritual awakening. How do I stop this from being on there? How do I stop? I don't. Yeah, I do. Every every member of your soul family will appear in your life and teach you lessons and catalyze your spiritual awakening. You see why we connect those things? Your spiritual awakening story. Oh man. Anyway, loads of stuff in there. 12 signs. Where are the signs? Your eye contact is deep and engaging. This will be more soul-centric than ego-centric. Big. You're magnetically drawn to them. Both of you speak the same language. Can't get an amen. You feel as though you've known them for your entire life. Yes. You always feel energized around them. They appear in your life when you most need guidance. Hours talking with them feels like minutes. Yes. They reflect your best qualities. Yes. You share similar life experiences. Your soul feels nourished in their presence. Woo! None of that draining, toxic stuff. I was going to not swear, but anyway. Soul contract, right? We have soul contracts. So your life purpose, you wouldn't have your life purpose if you awakened to it, if you didn't know that you had soul contracts. Those soul contracts are relationships. So we have to come out behind closed doors and fulfill our soul contracts. You guys being here, soul contracts. Just saying. Right? A soul contract is a spiritual concept describing pre-birth agreements between souls to meet in a lifetime to learn specific lessons, resolve karma, foster growth, and experience pivotal life lessons, including relationships, parents, family, even challenges and enemies. And so the year that I've been on with the people that I'd known for decades, I'm like, what on earth? It was not smooth. It wasn't smooth. It's helped me be where I am now. I'm just saying, I'm like, wow, really? Is that you? Jeez. spiritual shenanigans. I'm going to go faster because I know that you're cracking me up with the giggles. I love you. I'm always giggling. I know. I realize that. I'm just always giggling. What are your soul? It makes me laugh because I'm like, why would we agree to a soul contract that's like that? What are soul contracts and how do they influence your spiritual journey? So, have you found yourself wondering why life is so challenging? I'm not going to read all this. I'm going to put it in the link in the online teaching portal. Why life is so challenging, or why you've dealt a nasty hand of cards. You've been dealt a nasty hand of cards. Me too. And I'm also grateful to have gained clarity over the years for many of my questions about relationships, purpose, and life. Today, I want to share a specific topic with you: soul contracts. This is a powerful concept. Blah 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 blah. So what are soul contracts? I'm going to read a tiny bit of this. Before we're born on earth, this is an incubation period, like a spiritual roundtable conference. And the purpose of this gathering of souls is to help you decide which lessons you will learn in life to come. You collaborate with other souls to take the help of your soul's guides to determine who will be part of those lessons. So, for instance, to learn that act of forgiveness, Robin, someone must take responsibility for deeply hurting you. Barbara, I know, me too. Laurie, I'm sure. Thus, providing you the choice to either forgive them or stay resentful. We know we're going to go in forgiveness, but like it's not easy, right? To know how to be independent and strong, someone must ensure that they abandon you at your worst hour. Thus, allowing you to either stand up for yourself or fall down and succumb to your circumstances. Let me tell you, I have experienced this in this last year, 2 years even. And I'm like, are you for real? And then you want to just be like friends, like we've always been. I'm like, what? So evidently, take that soul contract because they're thinking it's all normal, and I'm thinking, what the actual is going on with you? Like out of the blue, really weird. Love them, but hello. Everyone you meet is a spiritual companion playing a phenomenal role that will help your souls grow. It has helped me, but it's like I'd rather not. I feel like I'd rather not. And my humanist would rather not. Apparently, my soul says yes, Iona. From a person that you talk to in a brief moment in a lift to a beggar. That's what you said yesterday, Barbara, that you still talk to a person on the street, not a beggar, but like on the bus. And from your parents to your partner to your ex to your children and so on, they're all here. I've got really hot for you, with you and for you. And you've signed up to help them heal too. Even the most annoying relationships down here were intentionally designed up there. Soul contracts, right? They are unique. We agreed. We put ourselves on this earthly plane to get the stuff. I was like, I laugh because I'm like, I know in my humanness, like I did not agree for my son not to be here. I'm like, who would do that? What mama would say, okay, you can leave 12 days before your 20th birthday? Makes no sense. But apparently our soul said, oh yeah. So I'm laughing at free will versus soul contracts. It just is. So there's lots of information there. Know that your life purpose and having the relationships with the people that you're here to serve on a deeper level rather than just a superficial, like, let me just let you have a look at this post on social media, not actually offer to make an offer for them to work with you on a deeper level. Like, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're not honoring your soul contract. You know this, right? Deep. I'm going to come back to the comments in a second. I looked at this YouTube video. Oh, I see. 10 years ago, and 10 million views it was last year. 11 million views, and 11 years ago. It wasn't 11 years ago. Oh, it might have been. No, it wasn't 11 years ago that I watched it. Anyway, 5 keys to identifying your soulmate. Really cool video, right? Really cool video. I'm going to go fast. And I just watched this wedding. This guy is the host of the Dear Future Wifey podcast. For 5 years, he was on the journey of 5 years, on the journey of the Dear Future Wifey podcast, like expressing that he wanted to find his future wifey. And then 5 years later, he's actually married and streamed it on his YouTube channel. There's hope for us all. So I've done that. So it influenced that 5 keys to identify soulmate has it influenced me. And so Caroline Myss talks about soul contracts and all those things. I'm not going to go into that. Twin flame versus a soulmate connection. I've done the twin flame thing. I'm like, I'm happy with the soulmate. I'm just happy. Like, I thought twin flames were forever. Some are. Mine wasn't. I'm okay. So they both involve intense, instant magnetic connections, but the twin flame is like those two halves, all things, all the mirror in the relationship, often painful. Yes, painful. So twin flame, I'm doing a dating app for manifesting my soulmate, my husband. So this book is called Calling in the One. So this is, I'm going to pull up your comments in a second, called Calling in the One. This is what my second YouTube channel is going to be about, or is about. It's already on there. And Barbara, I know you're in the group for that, the Calling in the One book. It's 7 weeks to attract the love of your life. I'm going to go through it again. Just throw that away. I'm going to go through it again. So this space is one of the spaces that I want to grow. Let me just read your comments. Hang on. So Laurie says, my guides told me that my worst enemy was probably my best friend in my soul realm and was assigned to come to stir the pot. That is like, really? Forgiveness is massive, isn't it? Forgiving in. Sorry. I can hear Robin's voice. Forgiving in layers, mouth. It takes layers. It's like, I can't forgive you in a whole chunk. It's like, I'm going to do a little bit. Yeah, in layers. I second that. Exactly. Souls say yes, and humans ego says like, nah. Like, I think we're gonna hold this grudge a bit longer. That's how it feels, isn't it? So we're putting this vision board up. We're like, yeah, all these relationships, but no, those relationships are going to come with lessons. I'm just saying. Barbara said, I had so many betrayals over the years that are for us because we're reframing them, including with friends, but have also grown so much from them. Yeah, exactly. Even though it hurt like hell at the time. And that's having that awareness and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the YouTube channel and doing the co-author book, because when we share our story and we have more conversations like that, we can reach back to the people that don't know that yet. Because I'm telling you, in the midst of it, I didn't know it. I'm like, this makes no sense. So Laurie says, my karmic ex cracked me wide open. I'm now able to see the greatness in it, and he woke me up and my world. And yeah. So and rock my world. That's it. And so mine did as well. And I'm really grateful, which has made the intentional living codes what it is, because he said, how were we going to have balance? We wanted to have an intentional relationship, and he was working and he was living, it was a long distance relationship at first. So I said, oh, let's do the Wheel of Life. Did the Wheel of Life, and we did a vision board, and it's like, that's not enough. And so I literally designed the Soul Legacy Wheel, and he actually redrew it out for me, and we sent it to the Fiverr guy, and that's how we got it. And so I wouldn't be doing the intentional living codes the way that I'm doing it had it not been for that relationship. And when I did the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, which I'm about to share, the result of that, there were women on there, and Robin can attest to this because she was there at the time, women that were married as well, and their husbands saw the transformation in them, and they're like, what are you doing to my wife, basically? And the husbands came in, because I was in my twin flame union then, and he inspired others. It wasn't natural for him, and so our vision wasn't to complete the journey, but that inspiration, I'm like, I've held that space of, okay, calling in the one that I can go the distance and the journey with. So I love this book. So calling in the one. So if you guys want in on that calling in the one, I'm gonna ask for guinea pigs. So this is the Calling in the One book. It's not my book, but these are all coaches that have signed up to be coaches for Catherine Woodward Thomas's book, Calling in the One. See what she's done with her book now. She's got people teaching her course. This book is like 20 years old, and I came across it last September. And then I had a loss in my life, so I didn't continue with it. And I've stopped and I've started and I've stopped and I've started. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be consistent in next year. So what I want to do is become a calling in the one coach, right? And I think it's on here. Liberated and to love and beloved. So she's been featured everywhere, right, with this book. So when you've got your book, get it featured everywhere. And so in this course for the certification, you have access to her being a certified coach, etc. See what you do with your book. Like, it's just so powerful. So the application for 2026, and it's like $9,000, right? And a $75 thing. So this, I put it on my vision board for last year, for this year. So it will be time to sign up for that. So it's a 6-month intensive program, and it starts next fall, 2026. So I love that. So I have watched, I don't know about you, what you're consuming, but I have watched so many of these stories of how I met my man, my dude, my soulmate, and I'm visualizing it's like how I found the one. Have I see all the red lines of the videos, like your girl, and I'm always sharing with Robin. You never guess what? This one. Look at all the red lines I've watched. These are really beautiful, really gorgeous. Like, love and the one, it does exist, whether it's the one or not, but it does. Like, look at all of these. I typed this in and I thought I'll share this with you, and didn't realize just how many I have watched. So many. As I'm doing other things, I'm like in that zone and visualizing. I'm almost done, by the way. Robin says it was very inspirational to witness and watch the couples coming in and growing together. Yeah. And some people that were single didn't like it. They were like, why are you doing that? I'm like, I've always been for family. I don't even know, like, I obviously didn't communicate my values very well. So now it's like, well, it's on a separate channel for the calling in the one. And when I did this video again, it was 4 months ago. I had a student, actually not a student, like a reader of this book, search into YouTube, see my videos. At that point it was like 4 views. I think she was like the 4th view, and she came into the Telegram group and came into the group. She didn't come onto the call, so we've not been doing them, but I will. So notice that this is a second YouTube channel. It's not the same YouTube channel as before. It's about intention. I'm going to create a dating app to attract a soulmate, right? And so manifest in a conscious man or a conscious woman, soul family, soul clients, and soulmates. And so it's been inspired by my experience. And so I will have a community, a Telegram community, and a workshop around it, and a membership site. The actual dating app is going to be free. But there's going to be education through the book. So the app is going to be for book readers. Now, the Calling in the One book has sold millions of copies. And so for me, I'm like, okay, be a Calling in the One coach, do the app, get that out there. Like, I'm really, really excited to manifest that part. And so part of teaching the couples is this same system. Imagine meeting somebody on the dating app who's got a vision board, who is working on themselves, who knows what their life purpose is, knows what their calling is. Hello, in the spiritual community. How many of us, mostly women, some men, have outgrown the partners that we were in, or we're looking around going, where are all the spiritual men? Where's all the non-toxicity? So with Hello Rod, I'll just share this with you on Amazon. With Hello Rod, and so this gave me the idea, the Miracle Morning book. I mentioned it, Miracle Morning. I can't spell Miracle Morning. Hang on, it'll come up. Miracle Morning book. Oh, look at this. Oh, I forgot, actually. It's down, the Miracle Morning After 50. Oh, a proven pathway to joy, vitality, and the purpose for aging adults. Awesome. He collaborates, right? So he's done the Miracle Morning for network marketers for 50, for art, for college students, for salespeople, for couples, for addicts, for addict recovery, for parents, for writers, millionaire. I don't know what I didn't say, but all of those is the same, and entrepreneurs. All of those are the same book, targeted at a different niche, right? And so I wanted to do my second YouTube channel with the same teaching that I have now for my students, because that's what happened from 2020, 2021. I'm like, oh, there's something to this. So I've been working on the back end of my business for that. And so this testimonial was one of the ladies that was in there and her husband, and they were talking about the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency, the intentional living codes and coming in and all those things. I discontinued the community and my relationship with my co-producer, but I knew that I had the seeds of something that was manifesting, right? I absolutely love it. Hang on. My granddaughter got on the calls with you, yeah, and so and so family matters, baby. And so there was so much happening with that community. There were seeds of my soul contracts. There were definitely soul contracts. And now I'm like, okay, well, they're calling in the one book, and we've got a call, a weekly call, and so I will start that in the new year. I will do the videos first, and then I will do whole space on the calls. We've got the intention dating app, and so I'm building the community for an intentional space. Now, you may have seen over this week that there's spiritual singles coming up on my Facebook. That is for the reason of bringing people into this community from those communities and starting that dating app, and to attract soulmate, soul family, and soul clients. It will be a dating app, as well as a soulmate dating app, actually dating and having dates with your soul family and your soul tribe, and finding soul clients on there as well. I'm super excited about it. So the intention workshop, Manifest a Conscious Man or a Conscious Woman, and my book. And so the book is called Catherine Woodward Thomas. I didn't know about her book when I named mine. This is called Calling in the One. Mine is Waiting for the One: Intentional Dating, Soulful Sex, and Marriage. The ultimate guide to soulmate attraction, daily sensual sex, and a conscious marriage. And I say daily because there's many people on the dating apps, men, mostly on the dating app, going, you're trying to do all the things. It's like, oh, it's empty. It's not nice when you're not nice. It can be for people who want to do that and have done all the things. But when you are in a conscious marriage and a conscious union, a lot of people, guys anyway, that I've spoken to, think that women don't want to. I'm like, nah, dog, she does. But one, it's boring. You're not doing it right. You're not paying attention. So you've not got that connection or that commitment or whatever. So there's a lot in there coming in 2026 and 2027. I'm going to live it first, and then do speed dating and all these things, and fitness for couples. There's so many people on the dating apps with these dad bods. I'm just not here for it, all the things. So that is me moving into that space and what I've been called to do, and giving that dating advice. But I'm walking my talk, and I had, again, a call today. I think I'm just about done. What's the soul clients, working with soul clients. We'll talk about that on Financial Freedom Sunday. Again, we've got soul contracts, right? For us to get out of our own way and put on our vision board the relationships that we want to have, and visualize the relationships that we want to have with our soul tribe. A soul tribe refers to the group of people who deeply understand and support and will resonate with your spiritual and emotional level, on a spiritual and emotional level, share similar values, beliefs, and life purposes, right? And so if you, again, want to write your book with me and reach your soul clients, then you're going to want to continue on this vision board party, and then come to the masterclass for the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. So this book, you may or may not know, it's called Tribes by Seth Godin. Bringing in and calling in your tribe. Do you believe that you can call in more of your tribe in 2026? Natalie's having her call tonight. She's just called in. There's 70-something people in, and literally she did that. She started that. We were on the phone talking about it on Zoom a week ago, and here she's pulled it off, right? So Relationship Freedom Friday is in the Global Networking Hub. This is me streaming here. Underneath is the daily live for relationships, and I'll talk about movement marketing again. I think I'm done. I would say, if you are not in the online teaching portal, and I'll come share with me your biggest takeaway from today. So if you want to work with me, I'm going to talk about this on Financial Freedom Sunday, but if you want to work with me, and you want to become a #1 bestselling author and get your spiritual awakening story featured in our co-author book series, you can join my bootcamp. It's called the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, a Soul Guided Influencer's Compass. No, it isn't. That's the book. A Soul Guided Influence 6-step bootcamp to align and automate your soul signature system and your online teaching platform to attract high-paying one-to-many soul clients on media every single day. So it's $55, as I mentioned, for 10 months, or hang on, or $277.50 for budget payments. The regular price is $555. If you want to body up and bring somebody in, I do have a full pay button, and you can body up and pay $250 if you want to, or 5 payments. All right, I would love to have you in the bootcamp. And so the beginning of that bootcamp is about your STAP, your Soul Tribe Avatar Profile Persona. It's about getting clear. So we've got an orientation call. I'll share that on the masterclass. Getting in your relationships are the relationships that are going to bring you the financial freedom. You're gonna. There's Hyacinth and Barbara. So again, Barbara's in the bootcamp and Hyacinth is in the mastermind. So depending on what level you are wanting to work with me, then you can go for it. So what I would say is inside here is the teachings, and Barbara, you've got this, is knowing, being very clear on the people that you're here to serve. There's slides, and so there's teachings, and then there's tasks, and then there's the upgraded talks. So you can walk through this, I'll talk about it really deeply, and then like pulling in your tribe, and then there's a Q&A. There's a Q&A call, which we were on the Q&A calls. I gift you a Q&A call on my masterclass. So if you're a bootcamper or a 5-day challenge member, I gift you it, or you can invest in $111. Building those relationships. This is about me saying, actually, this is a self-study course. Go for it as when you like, but I will be here with you, maintaining that relationship. So in the pre-soul work, I've got this vision board challenge. I need you to know this before you actually work with me. Here I am. I'm here. I should be here, streaming right now. Within that, I repurpose everything. This is genuinely for my students. And if you want to continue on all of the Bank 50K and 50 Days Challenge around this, I'd love to support you. Okay, so I'm going to give you your homework. Hang on, my Max decided to freeze. Hang on. Thank you for supporting us. You're welcome. This is huge. You will not see a business model out there like it. You just won't. You won't. So the link to the orientation, I will give you guys that on the masterclass. All right. Yeah, that's it. So let me give you your homework. Your homework is to post your, let me go in the online teaching portal. Hang on. Let me find it. It's up here. Do you see how many windows your girls got open? A lot. A lot. So you can have a one-on-one session with me. If you're in the online teaching portal, I'm offering 50 to the end of January. If you're like, this is a lot, Iona, but I'm interested, then come and get a one-on-one with me, and I'll share with you how I can support you and visualize. These are relationships. These are relationships. Your money comes through relationships. All right. So in the online teaching portal, I can't remember why I was going in here. I can't remember. Anyway, come in and come into the Telegram group. Everything is in here. Come to the 2-hour monthly coaching, which is here somewhere. Win a coaching. Come and get coaching around this. Right? Come and get the 2-hour coaching. It is on January. It's the 5th of January. But if you're watching this throughout the year, I've scheduled this out for the whole of the year. But the next one is in January. Right? And so I have a business model that you can go to, and I don't have to be there. So when I'm off the live, you can then take any action that you want to take. So yeah, share with me your biggest takeaway, and then we will wrap up. And I will show you the homework in here. That's what I was going to do. Hang on. Let me grab the homework. Hang on. The steps. I'm looking. Day 5. Here. That's the vision board replay is in here. If you're in here, then the homework. So I've basically created a course out of this live stream. Right now, there's a course in my YouTube, in my online teaching portal, right? This is a course. I've repurposed it for boot campers and I've repurposed it for a $7.77 course. Like, I've thought ahead. This is the stuff that I'm like, good Lord, it's taken me that long. So this is the vision board homework. We're going to keep doing our images. So I want you to read this statement. I am an ambitious light worker. I commit to creating my badass spiritual business vision boards to manifest a spiritual life and life-led purpose business I love. I'm ready to set my soul's intentions. I have been listening to the universe and my soul's guidance to be here. And so now when I see, hear, and feel the signs and synchronicities, I agree to commit to taking soul-guided action steps daily to manifest the images on my vision, my life purpose vision board for my health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom vision board. And I have a sense of knowing nudging me forward. You do have that, right? And I am a high vibe light worker, and I raise my vibrational frequency every single day as I manifest more spiritual life work balance now and every day. And so it is. So yeah, there's the links, and I will put more links to anything else that I have shared with you, all the bucket lists, etc. But the main thing is to post your vision boards in the hub, in the group. And we are done. I didn't go back to my mind map because I don't think I need to. So Robin says, biggest takeaway for today, all our relationships serve us. Yeah, even when we dip in them. Yes. Allow our soul to take the lead. Yes. Release resistance. Yes. Love. Yes. Forgive to show up, serve in love. Yes. Takeaway, remembering to include all relationships in my life on my vision board, not just personal life and romantic ones. Yeah, you're calling in your soul tribe when you're spending your vibrational money voucher. It's with soul family, soul clients. And I wondered why I'm always like pushed and pulled, like I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. And I realized how many times I actually scratch my head while I'm on the live, pulling my hair out. Thanks, love you. Love you. Thanks for the class. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will see you on Spiritual Freedom, the Spiritual Freedom Badass Vision Board. All right, take care, guys. Love you.